Think great leadership always works the same way? Not quite. A style that works perfectly in one situation might not work at all in another. That's where contingency theory comes in. In this video, you'll learn what contingency theory is, how it works, and why it's essential for understanding management and organizational behavior. Contingency theory says there's no one-size-fits-all approach to leadership. The best way to manage? It depends on the situation. Things like company culture, team size, and the work being done. The theory gained traction in the 1960s, especially through the work of Fiedler. He proposed that leadership effectiveness depends on the match between a leader's style and the specific situation. Fiedler described two main leadership styles: task-oriented leaders who focus on goals and relationship-oriented leaders who prioritize team harmony. The effectiveness of each style depends on three things. First, leader-member relations, or how well the team gets along with the leader. Second, task structure, or how clear and defined the job is. And lastly, position power, or how much authority the leader has. Contingency theory says, you don't change your leadership style. You change the situation or find the right fit. So far, we've defined contingency theory, met Fiedler's two leadership styles, and mapped the three situational levers that shape effectiveness. Curious how much you're remembering? Your personalized practice test, flashcard set, and study guide are all waiting for you. Just tap the link now and keep watching. Future you will thank you. All set? Let's continue. Fiedler grouped situations by how favorable they are to the leader. Task-oriented leaders tend to do best in the very favorable or very unfavorable. In the messy middle, relationship-oriented leaders often excel. Keep that spectrum in mind. It explains why the same person can shine in one role and stall in another. You don't change your leadership style. You change the situation or find the right fit. So far, we've defined contingency theory, met Fiedler's two leadership styles, and mapped the three situational levers that shape effectiveness. Let's see how those levers play out in real teams. A task-oriented leader might excel in high-pressure, clearly defined jobs. A relationship-oriented leader, more fitting for creative, collaborative settings. For example, a logistics manager needs precision and deadlines. Perfect for a task-oriented leader. But a creative team thrives with flexibility and support. Ideal for a relationship-oriented leader. Can swap leaders? Adjust the situation. If relations are weak, invest in trust. Clarify roles, schedule one-on-ones, celebrate wins. If tasks are fuzzy, add checklists and definitions of done. If power is low, formalize decision rights. Who signs off? What budget? Which deadlines? Small changes can flip outcomes. Match your ratings to a fit zone. Strong relations, clear tasks, and high power. Task-oriented leaders can sprint. Trust and clarity fuel momentum. Weak relations, vague tasks, and low power. Relationship-oriented leaders should stabilize first. Build trust, co-create structure, and define what done means. Use fit zones to plan your week. With tight deadlines, make tasks explicit and formalize decision rights. This gives task-oriented leaders speed without chaos. When morale is fragile and work unclear, start with relationships, then add structure. Relationship first, structure second. Contingency theory helps organizations avoid mismatched leadership. It reminds us that management is more than personality. It's about fit, context, and flexibility. However, beware of the pitfalls. First, the hero-leader myth. No leader can succeed everywhere. Second, constant style switching, as Fiedler reminds us, it's often easier to change the situation than to change your core leadership style. And third, context drift. What worked last quarter may not fit after a reorganization. That's why it's important to recheck those levers regularly. Let's recap. Leadership success depends on the match between style and situation. No single strategy works everywhere. Context is everything. Remember the LTP checklist, your shortcut to fit. Link with people, structure the task, clarify power. If you're stuck, pick one lever to move by 1 point this week. Here's a question for you. What are the 3 key situational factors in contingency theory? The answer is B. Leader-member relations, task structure, and position power are the core variables used to assess how well a leadership style fits the situation. Now that you've watched the video, let's see how much you remember. Head to the link in the description where you'll find Quizlet, content made just for you.